Hello students of final year of MSBT from the respective branches production engineering, production technology, automobile engineering and mechanical engineering. I am Professor Rajesh Khade, workshop superintendent working in MIT Polytechnic Kothur, Pune. I welcome you all on behalf of MSBT for giving me an opportunity to develop e-content for emerging trends in mechanical engineering, having a subject code of 22652. My unit number in the topic is 3, and it is basically emerging trends in manufacturing in industry. So we will be discussing about this topic in the particular slides, out of which the first slide is 3A, that is nothing but list various elements of smart manufacturing. So we'll be discussing about smart manufacturing in this particular slides. What are the key takeaways that you have to keep in mind? You have to understand what is Internet of Things, what is Internet of Industrial Internet of Things, what is artificial intelligence, what is big data and cloud computing, and what is digital transformation. Because when these takeaways are clubbed together, when they are summative in nature and they are applied to a system, at that time they are converting a conventional machine setup or conventional company into a smart manufacturing setup. So what is smart manufacturing? Basically, the name itself is sufficient. It tells you that anything that is related to smart working is related or termed as smart manufacturing, in the sense that I am converging modern data science techniques and artificial intelligence to form a factory of the future. So it is also referred as Industry 4.0. The diagram is there. The diagram is giving you a clear picture of how the smart manufacturing is being kept at the center and how the other respected department or departments are coming in contact with each other with the smart manufacturing, so as to give you the best out of the rest. Then comes the three dimensions that are connected to smart manufacturing. The first being the demand driven and integrated supply chain. The second being dynamically optimized manufacturing enterprises, which also include plant plus enterprises operations. Then you have the third dimension being real time and sustainable resource management. Then comes the most important part of the development of smart manufacturing, that is we have to see what was the history behind today's smart manufacturing world. So the first industrial revolution was basically based on conventional product cycle. The second came with CAD/CAM product cycle in single alone CNC technology systems. Third was rise of computer networks that we use today, and the rise of robotics. Just the rise of robotics took place. It was not fully grown industry, but it was initiated. The process was actuated. Then came the fourth industrial revolution, that is that you will be seeing when you step into a company as an intern later in your life. Internet of Things, big data, cloud computing, advanced robotics, and AI cognitive. These are the things that you have to take into consideration, and these are the domains that will be governing the fourth industrial revolution, that is Industry 4.0. Then there is elements of smart manufacturing. There are different elements of smart manufacturing. The first being device connection, the second being data sensing, third is communication, then fourth is data analytics, fifth is data value, and sixth is human value. So when you combine all these things together, what you generate is a smart manufacturing system, and this is governed, or this is controlled by a technology that is called as Internet of Things. So it is nothing but it is the infrastructure of interconnection among objects in manufacturing system. Each device is embedded with electronic software, sensors and actuators that is connected to internet network. Now I have a setup and I have installed all these things into my setup, and that is connected to internet network. That is giving me an overview that I can control my company from anywhere in the world, though I am not physically present in that company. So that is the advantage of this IoT, that is Internet of Things. The next slide explains you the characteristics that are associated with Internet of Things that we have already seen in the image, that is connectivity, things, data, communication, intelligence, action and ecosystem. So when you combine all these things together, you create an ecosystem into which all these things are communicating with each other intelligently, and then you are getting the results, the optimum results from the said process. Then you have a diagram, a slide showing you the diagram of Internet of Manufacturing. That is, I am using Internet of Things as on a general basis, but if I come to a mechanical industry and that too in manufacturing domain, at that time I will be using IoT in manufacturing. So it is referred as IoTM. The short form is IoTM. I stands for Internet, O stands for Internet of thing respective to manufacturing. So figure is given below. It is self-explanatory that how Internet of Manufacturing is associated. The diagram will explain you quite easily. Then there is applications related to IoT, the one being predictive and preventive maintenance. That is the most important part to keep your system alive and working 365 days a year. Then there is a supply chain management. Supply chain management, you know what it basically means, and I have to digitalize each and every part of supply chain management. Inventories and logistics, this is again an important part, because inventory is holding all my tools and raw materials, and logistic is nothing but the transportation system of my company, either being hired or being the facility is being hired out from outside, or I have in-house logistic system. Then factory floor efficiency and will have the largest impact. This is the most important part when the introduction of smart manufacturing techniques comes to a manufacturing, because this is the area where actual production is going on, and you have to take you have to increase the efficiency of this particular part, that is factory floor. Factory floor is nothing but a shop floor, or where actual production or the machines are working. So it has the largest impact on this particular domain, and it is on the positive side, not on the negative side, increasing the productivity as much as 25%. So that is a huge figure. As far as the conventional setup goes, if I do make changes in conventional setup, I'll not get a productivity increase by 5%, but here I'm jumping to 25%. So that is a very huge value. This 25% increase in productivity is also giving me an indication that I may rule that particular domain of manufacturing in the world, in the global market, in certain period of time, or in near future, if I am following the same things or same techniques as converting my conventional setup into the smart factory setup. And then the last part is IoT plus data analytics plus machine learning. So when when all these things are combined together, they form a field called cognitive intelligence or artificial intelligence. So these are the applications where you can use Internet of Things and get the results. Then comes the digital transformation. It is the process of using digital technologies to create new or modify existing business processes, culture, and customer experience to meet changing businesses and market requirement. Digital twin technology is being used in smart manufacturing, and for what it basically does in smart manufacturing is it is used for designing and verifying of product. It monitors product over production life cycle of product life cycle, designing of verifying of processes and production lines, enhancing resource overhaul, maintenance, etc. So there is a figure which will explain you that in much better way when I'll click the next slide. So there you see the digital twin technology into a factory. It is under one roof. In this particular diagram, you can see on one side there is a physical system, on other side there is a digital system. So this is collaborated equally, or it is collaborated in such a way that physical system is working with digital system. That is why the name has been given as digital twin. Now the next slide is artificial intelligence, the third most important part of the smart manufacturing setup, or elements of smart manufacturing setup. So artificial intelligence is an area of computer science that emphasizes the creation of intelligent machine that can work and react like humans. For example, speech recognition, problem solving, learning and planning, etc. Theoretical artificial intelligence say that intelligence, be it natural or artificial, has three types. Artificial narrow intelligence, named as A and I. Then comes AGI, that stands for Artificial General Intelligence, and then the last one is ASI, that is Artificial Super Intelligence. So depending on what kind of domain you are applying, you can select either of the intelligence and put that into your conventional setup so as to convert your conventional factory into a smart factory. There are disadvantages associated with artificial intelligence. Every technology has advantages and disadvantages. I have to minimize the disadvantages in order to take the maximum benefit from that setup. So the disadvantages being high cost, no replicating humans, no improvement and with experience, no original creativity, and unemployment. And employment is the last part, and it is the most severe part when artificial intelligence will take the industry by storm. Then comes the other parameter, that is cloud computing. In the simplest term, cloud computing means storing and accessing data and programs over the internet instead of your computer hard drive. With cloud computing, user can access files and use applications from any device that can access the internet. An example of cloud computing provider is Google Gmail. So Google Gmail, you are using Gmail from Google. So Gmail is acting as a cloud computing device. So you have Gmails Gmail account, and then you have so many different types of tab into it, and then you have so many messages from mails from other from your respective colleagues or fellows or friends. Then they are stored. Then you have certain offers being given by banks or by supermarkets. You get mail for that same, and then you can interact with people all around the world on mail. You can just mail them so that they can find the respective attachments on that particular mail being sent by you. So that is the best example of cloud computing. The benefits of cloud computing are it reduces the IT cost, it is scalable, business continuity you can do, collaboration efficiency is high, flexibility of work practices can be increased, access to automatic updates is the advantage where you can update your system so as to get the maximum out of the system. So thank you once again for patience listening. This was Professor Kale and signing off. Do take care, stay healthy and stay happy.